Okay, welcome everyone. We appreciate you joining us. Sure do enjoy doing these Zooms, and I want to thank you for taking time out of whatever you're doing, your busy schedule, to get caught up on what I think is some important information that can help us all live our very best lives. Joining me today live, how are you, sir?
Hey,
There
Mr. Randy.
we go. Usually we're doing this, he's in Albany, Georgia, and I'm in my office in Richmond, Virginia. But joining me live today is the founder of the Modexus Product Research Council, Dr. Charles Rouse. Thank you, sir. How are you today?
Man, I'm better than good. We're in Virginia.
Fantastic.
And in the house of some very special folks.
Got a great crew of people.
Always good to be here.
Virginia's good, isn't it? Great group of people here. So I want to talk, I've been saving this topic where we could talk about it together live, because I think it's so important. I know in my life, actually, since I was in my late 20s, thankfully, I was introduced to well care, taking care of myself every day, putting the proper nutrition in my body to help me operate at the highest level, the most effective state that I could. And I also was able to learn very early on that consistency is the key when it comes to well care. It's what you do consistently day after day after day that will make the difference in time. So from my late 20s to double nickels today, I'm 55 years old. I know without a shadow of doubt the consistency of applying what I learned from people just like yourself, and a big chunk of that time has been you, so thank you, is that period of time today I'm enjoying my best health. I'm pharmaceutical free, and blood pressure is great. I mean, everything is good for someone my age, and I know it's the consistency. So I would like for you today to talk about the importance of consistency when using, whether you're using Modexus products or whatever you're doing, right?
Correct.
So
correct.
The floor is yours, sir.
Hey, I appreciate that, and thanks for giving us your time. The basic premise is that when we look at natural medicine, we base things on qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis. Don't worry about the quantitative. All the products at Modexus are superior to other products. They're formulated with science. They're built on the molecule to molecule. So the quantitative aspect is very real and very substantial. But when it comes to qualitative, the qualitative of you, the consistency is definitely related to quality. And we're all looking, hey, you're going to give me a nutritional supplement. I want the biggest bang for my buck. I want the most for my value. And qualitative is the key function there. And just like Randy said, it's got to be a continual basis, because you may not realize it, but your body is a phenomenal 24-hour day, 7-day, always working machine. It's never going to let up. It's never going to break the pattern. And the truth is that while you are into supplementation, as soon as you swallow it, these nutritions are designed to go to work right now. And because of that, your body's going to really, really, really appreciate that. Your white blood cells alone, and I'm talking about your immune system, your white blood cells only live for 12 hours. They don't even live a day.
Wow.
Can you imagine, Randy, if somebody's trying to take care of their immune system and they neglect it, skip a dose, catch it here and not over there the next day? And even the white blood cells alone are worthy of a quality and a consistency that's going to bring the value to your body. If the white blood cells are that important, time doesn't give us an essence, but I could go on and on and on, because your brain cells are equally as important: the lung, the liver, the kidney, the whole blood system. And let me tell you, this heart is pumping and this blood is flowing, and it really does appreciate. I told the audience last night that we were lecturing to in Virginia, I said, sometimes we take things very flippantly when it comes to our better health. And if you were standing in front of your stove and you were boiling some eggs and you got distracted, next thing you know, the water's just boiling out of the pot. Your first response is to just slam a lid on the pot and hope for the best. But you see, that's not going to get you the quality, the consistency of nutrition. Is, hey, do something that's right and be consistent about it. Just turn the heat down and things are going to be better. Putting a lid on the pot is like you taking your vitamins haphazardly, not sincerely, definitely not consistent. You say, well, I got me 2 longevities today and I might get it next week. No, no, no. That's like putting a lid on the pot. It's just like in your backyard. The spring's coming, flowers are growing. But let me tell you, there's a big difference between the cut flower that you bring into the house. It's going to be radiant and beautiful for a very short term, but it's going to miss the flow of the nutrients. It's going to wilt and die quicker. And the flower out in that yard that you're watering and allowing the sunshine on a consistent basis, it's vibrant, it's growing. And many people take their nutrition like a cut flower. That's not good at all. So when it comes to consistency, the quality is always going to be your best interest. And qualitative analysis requires a consistent structure. So in my life, and I know in Randy's, he just testified, when it comes to Lanacera longevity, we're not just going to miss the first dose of every day. We're consistent to where now we take the second dose, so 2 in the morning, 2 at night is my consistency. And now my body, white blood cells getting refurbished. Every 12 hours, they die off. I need white blood cells. Well, I don't want just any white blood cells. I want the best white blood cells. So it is consistency equals quality.
Perfectly said, as you always do. Consistency. We all know that consistency in anything we do in life really does make the difference, whether it's our family life or business or, our spiritual life, whatever it may be. Consistency is everything. But goodness gracious, that one of the greatest gifts we're given is this body that we live in. And when I see people just not being consistent, or they'll use our products and come back and say, well, that didn't work for me, and then I find out they weren't consistent with it. Well care is all about consistency, and if you really want it to work, stay consistent over time. Dr. Rouse, I know I joke about this a lot, but if when we have a product come, the first thing I do is call you and say, what are you doing? Because you're the expert.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something that Dr. Charlie said, well, I just take it every now and then? No, we're in this together. And you're right, Randy, that I find my own life is more vibrant if I pray regularly, if I read the scripture regularly, if I take my vitamins regularly. And I'm around all of these Modexus people, and I see some that are just inconsistent. I'm not about in business function. You can't take business as just, well, I hope it gets better, or I hope somebody just drops something in my lap. No, sir. I can promise you that as an entrepreneur who works hard at business, the harder I work, the better the quality. And I've been around the Modexus family, and I have seen some that are just, they don't do everything all day long, but they're consistent. And just the consistency of taking care of their business pays maximum dividends.
It sure does.
Look what's happened today.
It sure does. Yeah. When we're consistent with taking care of ourselves, consistent to take care of our business, everything does just fall in place. So I think this was an important conversation we needed to have, and I'm glad we could have it together. So listen, we appreciate you joining us. I hope you're enjoying these recordings that we're doing and sharing. You can find them on the Modexus YouTube channel. If you're an advocate with the company, you can also find them in your back offices under the resource tab and the Rouse House tab. So we'll hope you'll go there and get them, rewatch them, share them with others. But for now, and until we get to share and talk to you again, stay healthy.